Thanks, BK. The Brewers front office, you would think, all right, Jackson Churio graduates, and they're going to be in trouble. Hardly. They took a jump up into our top 10 of our farm system rankings. It's really good at the top. A lot of bats. Jesus Made, a lot of people are excited to see him come stateside for the first time. In the sea of all those bats, of course, is Jacob Misiorowski, one of the most electric arms in all of minor league baseball. If you want to take a look at all of the updated Brewers top 30 prospects, go to MLB.com/pipeline. And here we are with Jacob Misiorowski, that electric arm. And Jacob, you've been climbing through the system. Last year, you're kind of at that phone call away. How did you manage just not getting too ahead of yourself? I'm always fascinated with the mental part of it because you're so close. People are talking about maybe you're going to get called up. How did you get through the end of the season and not worry about if that phone was going to ring?
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that you kind of just don't worry about it. And it's eventually going to happen. So it's one of those things that you go out and you throw in Nashville as well as you possibly can. And if I do end up getting a phone call, there it is. I'm ready.
At the same time, you sort of had to adjust to a different role in case that phone call comes. Because if it was going to come last year, it was going to be as a reliever. What was that adjustment like, and how did that help you, in terms of your overall pitching, just learning what that whole preparation was like as opposed to every fifth day?
Yeah, I mean, I think it helped me a lot. I think it helped me with the idea of hey, being able to adjust to anything I can, and really create a new thought behind pitching, and not just going out and trying to make it 5, but really dominating every batter every inning.
All right, Jacob, thanks very much. And BK, this is a guy that when the big league clubs needs an arm, starting, relieving, I don't think it's going to matter. He's going to be ready.
30 clubs in 15 days. The Milwaukee Brewers, 93 wins last year, wire-to-wire, division champs, and the manager of the year to boot. Our manager interview is presented by Sage, and we are honored by the presence of Pat Murphy, manager of the year. We're joking.
That doesn't seem genuine. That doesn't seem genuine.
There was real competition last year. By the way, congratulations. You did an outstanding job. And I say wire to wire because, D-Row, I was here last year with Chris Young. We're standing right here, and we're listening, we're watching, we're getting all optimistic. But you never know how it's going to turn out. How did you set the tone immediately in your first year as Major League manager?
I'm not sure it was me that set the tone, but we had just a great group. It was young energy, hungry players, and hungry players make managers look good. So I think that's what happened.
Give me one thing that you learned last year that you were going to bring into year 2, having done it for, not the first time, but the first time in that position.
The length of the season, the emotional ups and downs. And what I'm most proud of is the way they competed, 162. But I was drained, and I went like this a lot. And I learned, I think, you got to be a little more even-keeled.
I love the fact that we got a chance to catch up before we came out here. And you talked about, hey, we got to play a different style of baseball.
We do.
I think it's the way everybody should be playing. I don't care what your payroll is. The way you guys attack the bases, the way you guys play defense.
It's an attitude. It's an attitude. You got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here. I mean, it's the way it is. I mean, I'm sure some veterans would laugh in my face, but then we're going to have a confrontation because you got to be able to do that. And you got to put pressure on the opponents. You got to have them feel you a little bit. At the end of a series, you want them to walk away, man, they came after us, whether we won or lost. And I think you instill those things, and you got a chance at least. I mean, it's so competitive. There's so many guys that are so much talent in the league.
Yeah.
You got to create an offense that is willing to get to first and do anything they can to put pressure on that defense.
Again, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Manager of the year, well earned. That was real competition last year. Brewers getting back after it.